Welcome to the Discovery School in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. In today's video, we will share best practices on how to handle challenging situations with your toddlers. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel.
Hi, my name is Miss Jasmine. I work here at the Discovery School. I am about to begin my 5th year here at the Discovery School. I got my teaching certification in Boulder, Colorado at the Montessori Education Center for the Rockies. So I am a certified infant toddler lead teacher. So as a lead teacher, I would say one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do I get my toddler to share? That is my favorite question because actually that age from 18 months to almost 3 years, it's not developmentally appropriate for them to share. And our goal is actually to get them to first be able to do parallel play. Parallel play is when two children are playing next to each other, but without interrupting or being disruptive to the other child's work. That sounds like a very small, minimal goal, but it's actually quite a big step for a child developmentally to be able to sit with their work and to sit nicely and quietly without interrupting another child's work. Then our next goal is actually to get them to engage in cooperative play. Cooperative play is when more than one child, maybe 2 or 3, are playing together in the sense that they're working towards the same goal. So maybe they all want to put mulch into a tub of water together, and they're doing it peacefully and kindly and not hurting each other. That's the main goal that we are looking for at this age. So I think one of the most common things I hear parents say is, what do I do when my child resists and says no to me? For instance, maybe it's time to go to school and your child says no, digs their heels into the ground and is not leaving. There's a lot of things that go into that. For instance, your child is only trying to instill their independence. They're trying to show and make their way into the world, and they're trying to find their place in the world and enable for them to exert their will. That's all a toddler wants to do, is exert their will and to be able to do things on their own. So we are there to help them and to help them use it in an appropriate way. So one of the number one things I say is, if it's something you want your child to do, don't ask them, tell them. You can say, it's time to go now. Especially at the age of a toddler whose reference of time is very different than ours, it's best if you give them a couple of increment minutes of a warning. So in 5 minutes, it'll be time to go. Then in 2 minutes, it'll be time to go. 1 more minute and it's time to go. And then when it's time to go, you say, okay, it's time to go. If your child then resists and says no, you need to make sure you are consistent and follow through, because the first time you don't follow through and you're not consistent, they feel that they've won the battle of wills. In my educational talk with you guys today, giving you 2 more tips for dealing with your toddler at home. So another thing that you can do with a child at this age is to give them 2 choices. Both choices you're okay with. And then they feel that they are in control of the situation, which is ultimately what they want. They want to be in control. So you would say, oh, would you like to go and sit and eat snack with your friends? Or would you like to go play? That means you have to sit to eat snack. And if you're not wanting to sit and eat snack, then you probably need to go and play until you're ready. Another thing you can do for a little bit of leverage is using an if-then sentence. If you sit on the potty chair, then we can go play. If you give your brother his toy back, then I will give you this other toy to play with. If-then sentences are a really great way to use some leverage with your toddler, because it sets up the command for you and sets up the schedule of what to do next. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can get some more inspiring educational content to you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave some in the comments. We would love to hear from you and to hear your questions and thoughts, because toddlers, they're not easy, but you can do it, and we know it, especially if you have those tools to help.